Welcome to Mug. This is Mug Talking, and today on Monday we always talk about the tournaments that happen in the weekend. We still don't have the planetary qualifiers, but they have this Beato 8K that happened this weekend. We have the Pool 1 and Pool 2. So just to explain here, we have these two tournaments. So the top 8 of Pool 1 and the top 8 of Pool 2 will play the top 16 on Sunday. So this is what happened. So I'm going to show all of the 16 lists here of like top 8 and day 1, top 8 day 2. Then I will show the top 16, the finalists, the winners. So let's start here with this pool 1. So as we can see here, the top 8 is really like I want to say that it was that surprising, but it was surprised because I'm facing a bunch of Anakin Data Vault and the Karabast, and I was okay. This deck can like I'm playing more against Anakin than Sabine, which is weird. But yeah, two Anakins in the top 8, and was the first and the second place, which is amazing. Congratulations for you guys. We have here only one Ray in the top 16, because I'm going to show the other one, and we have only this Ray here. Han Solo 2 Data Vault is not ECL, that we are supposed to show more and more. Han Solo 1 Green, this is not Data Vault, it's just with the 30 HP base. And I think I like more the 30 HP base, because Han Solo wants to do like resupply or Falcon turn 1, then Chewie turn 2. So if you have less 10 cards in your deck, the chance that you're going to do this is higher. Have Han Solo 2 Blue and Quillan Tarkin Town. That is good to see here too, because we thought that Quillan was kind of bad after the Force Throw ban, but here we have Quillan. So here we have the Ray Data Vault list. We have some change, like some new cards from the new set. Like we have a bunch of cards from the new set. Actually, we have here this Pop List Advisor that is amazing card for Ray, because this is a cost 1. When an enemy unit does combat damage to your base, this unit gains Sentinel. So this can be a 2/5 turn 1. Maybe you can just play this one, maybe Moisture Farm or something like that. You can like play 2 units, or just a 2/5 that can be Sentinel when your opponent attack your base, which is good. I have this Chandrilan sponsor, the 2/3 restore 2, just this, like can be a 3/4 in the next turn. You still have 2 resources to play something else. Maybe you can play Entrencher in space, then buff this and attack for 3, restore 2, can be good. We have Mina Bone Tree, one of the best cards of the new set, right? This is a cost 2/4 restore 1. When a video may disclose green hero, then you draw a card, which is amazing. We have here Captain Type, one of the best Sentinels, probably the best Sentinel that we have in the game. Like Chirrut is good, but we don't need to use the force to trigger and kind of stuff. He's just a 4/5, have a huge HP. He can attack for a bunch, so we have a bunch of units that have 4 HP that can fit him, but he's going to defeat it too, which is good. We have this, when this unit is attacked, you may disclose green and a hero. If you do, you heal 1 damage from your base, which is amazing too. And here we have Hyperspace Disaster. This is a card that I think will be a main deck for a bunch of decks. He plays with 1 in the main deck and 1 in the sideboard, because I think this card is really good, because now that the meta is like really having space. Like we saw the Hun 1 green, we know that we have the Hun 4 Tarkin Town kind of stuff. So space is I think that you need to be aware now. So hyperspaces are supposed to be really good. And we have Bo-Katan and Christ, that this character don't show me how many it is, but probably 1 or 2, right? Bo-Katan and Christ, when play, you give, I think it's -5, -3 to everything else, right? Like to every enemy unit, I think it's this. And when defeated, when an enemy is defeated, you can give experience token to your units. Really good deck, and I might try this for sure. Here we have Han Solo Data Vault. Okay, this is not ACL like I said before. This have the +8 HP, which is a bunch. I don't think we have too many to say here. This is like we don't have a single Secret of Power card here, so it's like the same thing of the Legends of the Force. We can talk about this event here. There's a cost 4. A friendly non-vehicle unit does damage equal to its remaining HP to an enemy unit, like a removal cost. Green and red, when you're facing a green red deck, you probably going to play like, okay, my opponent don't have a removal to my unit, so I'm kind of safe. But with this, he can do a bunch of damage. Like he can play this at Delphi, then next turn he can do 6 damage in your unit, and that you're not expecting. So something like that. We have Bright Hope that he can play earlier, then use this in the next turn, so he can do some stuffs with this card, right? He will have Han Solo 1 green. And I think the list here is pretty similar, I think. No, yeah, I'll have some changes here, but okay. This one with play Amphis, Han Solo and Kelleran. This one too. And Chewie for sure. This one don't runs with Kira, which is interesting. He play with 2 Captain Typhos, and this one plays with Kira, and it don't play with the Captain Typho, which is really interesting. Both plays with Obi-Wan is a 3/5 Sentinel. Like most of the time, he's not going to be a Sentinel, but in the right turn, he can be. And you can play with U-Wing in the late game. Like you can play Obi-Wan and play a cost 4, play a cost 3, maybe 2 cost 2, and now you're going to have a 3/5 Sentinel to hold this turn. 3 resupplies. This runs with Bamboozle, and this 2. This runs with BD1, which is interesting because this gives Sentinels and buff to +1. Maybe he's expecting more Sentinels and kind of stuff. Maybe to attack with Han Solo. I don't know. And this one runs with Stolen, AT Hollow, and this don't. Which is interesting. I like Stolen because against some specific decks, if you play this turn 1, he can't defeat it. Even with like Cad Bane, he can ping, he can circuit but he's not going to defeat it. Next turn, he can just play Chewbacca, and the only thing that he can defeat it, I think, is like McClinky or something like that. But against Sabine, if you play this turn 1, he's not going to defeat turn 2. And if you just play Chewbacca, I think that's game. I think he's not going to do something else. Like the problem is like if you play Falcon or this in turn 1, your opponent will have the initiative, so he might just playing an ECL with Sabine's Masterpiece and defeat your Falcon, so it's bad. So I like Stolen this specific match. Here we have Han Solo 2 blue with the Force. This we have some new cards like Aggressive Negotiations, which is interesting because we have Kid and Mooney here to draw cards. So what this card does is a cost 3 event. Attack with a unit for this attack, it gets +1/+0 for each card in your hand. So maybe you have like 5 cards in your hand, you draw with Kid and Mooney. Now you can just attack with Han Solo for 3 + 5, 8 damage in your base. Maybe your opponent is not expecting this damage. Could be more like if you just play Poe, he don't defeat. Okay, next turn you're going to attack for 8. You're going to attack with you're going to use aggressive negotiation, so you're already attacking with a unit, and attack for a bunch. Then you can discard something to do +2 damage, something like that. You're going to hit more than 10, which is amazing. So maybe your opponent is not doing the math. So now we need to do this math when you're facing Han Solo and when we're facing Dadra, because they might use this card. And we have here Captain Rex 7/7 Sentinel, like when played and when this unit completes an attack, give this unit Sentinel and an enemy unit Sentinel. So sometimes you're just going to play this, give a Sentinel to your opponent's space unit because you don't have space units to take in space. So you just give Sentinel there, so it's kind of whatever. And now you have a 7/7 or 7/5 Sentinel in the board that is insane, right? It's really strong, this card. This is it. Here we have Quinlan Tarkentown. I think it's the same thing. We don't have too much to say. Only Sun of Ferocity and Blue Ace is the new card that we have here. Actually, we have Charismatic. That this card is probably one of the best cards of the set too. Like this, and this is not even a legendary. Just this card is so good. You can play turn 1. If you open this fit in turn 2, you can disclose. You can create a spy token, attack for 2 again. So it's really good. 3 bamboozles in the main deck. So this is what I'm talking about. Like the space is a thing right now in this meta. So bamboozle looks good. Like you can just like use it for free. Maybe open play Muse card in turn 1, turn 2 Chewie, you just bamboozle for free. I will bounce your Chewie, then you're not going to attack me for 3. I will attack for 3 because I play carries turn 1, and I still can play another unit this turn, so I'm ahead in the game right now. Looks good. Here we have the second place. We have here Anakin Data Vault, and the first one here too. We don't have too many differences here, as you can see. Like both plays with Cobb Vanth. Both playing with this Gungan War here, which is interesting because it's like this card is really good in Anakin because it's a cost 3 5/2, right? Because remember the Anakin's ability, so it's a 5/2 shielded. You can defeat a bunch of things and still going to be alive and have restore 1, which is good. Both playing with General's Blade for sure. We have a bunch of like not a bunch, but we have like Gungi, we have Obi-Wan that is Force units. We can play this and Anakin. Not Force, sorry, Jedi. We have the Hu Yang that is a Jedi too, so you can play General's Blade in him and it will trigger the ability. Both play with Captain Typho. Both play with Chen Sindu, so he looks like he's expecting like ramp decks. This one is playing with Center First that the other one is not, but I think one Center First is okay. You can just resource it if you don't like. You're probably not going to play this from your hands. You just resource it. Maybe the turn of Anakin, maybe the board is good for you, so you can just deploy, give the Center First to Anakin and attack for a bunch. Don't look that bad. The top here is the same thing, right? Not even change. What we change here is more to the late game, maybe. This one don't play with Cinta only in the sideboard, and I like Cinta at least one in the main deck. Have been good because sometimes it's necessary to win the match or just put some pressure to make your opponent claim to deal with Anakin right away the next turn. We have Color back, Queen Amidala, home one. I will test this for sure. So now we have here the pool 2. The top 8 is interesting. Here we have like the first place here was Yoda Turkentau. I think no one is expecting this. The second place was Wu with Kira Data Vault. Sabine Yellow, this is interesting. I already said here, Sabine Yellow was the last deck that I play in competitive, like in the Planetary Qualifier. The last Planetary Qualifier that I play with Sabine Yellow. We have another Anakin Data Vault. This, like, I think the Anakin Data Vault is the most played deck here in the top, right? Well, we have 3, so Han Solo for Turkentau. This is a deck that I think is going to be huge. Cad Bane, Turkentau by Yoda Killer, Yoda Green with the Force, and Han Solo 2 ECL. So let's start here with Han Solo 2 ECL. For some reason, SwoDB don't let me copy the list to there, so I'm showing here in the melee. We'll have Jar Jar Binks, so we can play this with plot buff or units, maybe buffs Han Solo to take for more. We can play Queen Amidala for 4, which is amazing because you're just going to play a 5/1 and create 2 spy tokens to protect her, so it's really good. We have here Heroic Arc. This is like, I'm not expecting this. When play, if you control damaged unit, you may deal to damage to enemy. It makes sense because you're going to play something with damage. So you often Soul's ability, so you can play. Actually, you can play this, and this will trigger itself, right? Because it's not say if you control all the damage in it. So if you just play this as a cost 3 for 1 with 2 damage, you can just trigger the ability and deal 2 damage to something else. It looks good in the mirror match. This could be really good. Yeah, we have this Bounty Hunter Square that is amazing. This Han Solo deck. Sundar Peacekeeper. I don't think we have too much to say here. Charismatic is just amazing here. So yeah, the deck looks great. We can play this as a turn 1, as a 2/1, then create a spy token. So you playing 2 units turn 1. This is against counters, really good. So now we have here. Okay, we have Yoda Green with the Force. I think here we have some new cards like Mina Bontree, Captain Typho only. Captain Typho, like I said before, the best sent now. Mina Bontree is amazing cards at 2/4. Restore 1. You can draw a card when defeated, so it's good. We have here 5 Vanquish. We don't have a single Felder Dragon here, which is interesting. We have Vanquish. Maybe when he's testing the deck, maybe he's facing like some hard matches against deck that you can't use Felder Dragon, like maybe cards with, I don't know, maybe like if we're facing in space decks like a Green Squadron with Chewie, you're not going to defeat it away, but Green Squadron with like Han Solo, maybe in the Sabine Yellow, you can't use for the regular, you can only use Vanquish or something like that. Units that you can't defeat it, maybe Captain Typho, you can't defeat Captain Typho with Felder Drake, but you can with Vanquish or something like that. You can't defeat Internet Warrior, but with Vanquish we can. Something like that. Looks like he's thinking that Vanquish is supposed to be better. We have here 2 Hyperspace Disaster in the sideboard, like I said before. Like, this card against specific matches is just so good. We have 1 Clone here, and Clone with Yoda is just stupid. When you have Yoda, then you play Clone, you're going to use the Force, you're going to heal 5, you're going to do damage. You may deal damage to units equal twice the number of units you control, but you're going to do this twice because you have now Yoda and Clone that is a Yoda. So you're going to trigger this twice, which is really weird, right? So yeah, the deck is great. I think this one to face against space looks good. We have Blue Leader, we have Traitors, we have Vanquish to deal with the space units. Looks interesting. If you just use like resupply turn 2, your opponent play Chewie, then turn 3 you just Traitors your opponent with Green Squad with Chewie, is just really weird, right? So here we have Cad Bane, Turkentau. This one is interesting too. Like, we don't have changed too much. We have some just 2 new cards here. That is this Garrison When played, name a card, look at the opponent's hand, and discard a card with that name from it. This is good because these have plots, so you can just, like, if you're facing some Vigilance decks, that you know, like Yoda, he will have 2 Rival Soul, so you know, okay, I know that my opponent plays with Rival Soul, I'm just going to deploy Cad Bane, play Garandon with plots, and I would say Rival Soul, I will look to my opponent's hand, if I have a Rival Soul, I'm going to discard Rival Soul, so, looks good. We have here... And not just this, because we have Bazine, so you can play Bazine, you're going to see your opponent's hand, then you can play Garandon after that, like maybe in the next turn, something like that, and discard something because you already know his hand. But I think most of the time you're going to play with this plot to protect your Cad Bane or something like that. We have Sudden Ferocity that you can play from plot 2, which is good, because if you just play this in Cad Bane now is 5-8 with rate 2, so he's a 7-8, he's just huge, like you can just take for 7 right now. And now your opponent, okay, if I don't do something next turn, he's going to attack for 7 again. Maybe for more because you have hot shots. So you can just deploy, play this. So you can use hot shot to attack for 9. Your opponent, oh, okay, what am I going to do now? I still have action, I still have resources, but he already attacked me for 9. If I don't do something, he's going to attack me for 9 again. Is insane. Let's see, we have here Han Solo 4 Talking Tau. This is one of the decks that I'm building right now. I'm almost complete. This deck is like... looks like a lot like Darth Vader from set 4, because we have like a bunch of cost 1 units, like we want to play 2 cost units, 2 cost 1 units in turn 1, and we have this one that is in the ground, which is interesting too, because we can buff them with Han Solo's ability, which is good, so we can set attack for a bunch. We have our pilots like Boshek, we have the Han Solo pilot, and we have our leader, which is good. So what we want to do here is deploy our Han Solo. You're going to expand our resources, then we can deploy Han Solo, ready all of the resources, play something else. But now with the plot thing, we can do something that is great. Because you can deploy Han Solo if you have like 5 resources. Let's pretend we have 5 resources. You can deploy Han Solo, you can play Sudden Ferocity, and maybe in the end you deploy Han Solo. Now you have 2 resources. Then you trigger the Han Solo's ability, ready your resources, then you play Sudden Ferocity again, or maybe you play... I think, yeah, this list have only this with the plot, because we have another list that have the event from that is plot, that you pay 3 and you exhaust 2 resources from your opponent, which is good because sometimes you can use it to avoid overrun barrage, something like that. But yeah, you can do this. You can play 2 Cinder Ferocity with 5 resources, which is crazy, right? Because you're going to red resources. This ability is just really good. So the main thing about Han Solo 4 Second Time is that if you don't do a good play in the turn of the deploy, you're probably going to lose. But you can push a bunch of damage because you play a bunch of units. You buff down with Han Solo every turn, so you can take for +1 every turn. We have aggressive negotiations that you can buff our units to attack for more, because we have Bullshit, so we can draw cards, so you can do a bunch of things. We have pilots to attack for more. The deck is really aggressive, but it's like I said, if you just deploy, you don't have plot cards, you don't have too much to do in the turn, maybe you're going to lose. But the deck is really great. Here we have another Anakin Data Vault. This one I think looks a lot like the other one. Like, we don't have too much to say here, to be honest. We already said in the other ones. We have Sudden Ferocity here, Syntacast. Yeah, pretty much the same, right? Here we have Tower number 9 with Sabine Yellow. This looks a lot like the list that I play. I'm not saying... Look, I'm not saying that he saw my video and just copied me. No, I'm not saying this at all. I think this... Because I cope the Rebel Resource list. I just put some slight changes. I think the only thing here that we can say that is different from my list is Spec Force Soldier, Charismatic, and Bay Organa. All of the other cards it wasn't in my deck. Sneak Attack, I was playing sideboard. So I think this is the main thing about Sabine Yellow. Like, all of the other cards, like... main, I don't think we're going to change too much. Leia, I didn't play with Leia too. Spec Force is really good, but like we'll have now this 4 or 5 Sentinel, the Captain type. You can just use this. You can deploy Sabine, attack for 3, something like that. We have Bay Organa that you can discard something from your hand. Then now we have a 0/2 Spy token, rate 2. Looks good. You have 2 units turn 1, turn 2 actually. R2 to R2. Yeah, R2 you can play as a pilot for free in your units. Sabine Yellow want to play more in space, not in the ground. But now we have Charismatic. That is a card that, even if you want to play in space, I think Charis is a huge addition to the deck. So I'm going to play with this for sure too. Surprise Strike, Wing Leader. Wing Leader is really good, and Sabine Yellow. Wing Leader is a card that we've not seen too much anymore, I think. Even Sabine Yellow, I don't know if Sabine Yellow still play with Wing Leader. I think so, because he's still playing with a bunch of Rebel decks, but I don't remember too much. I see more plays like Chewie turn 2, something like that, instead of Wing Leader. Falcon is really good here. We have Han Solo Pilot, so you can just play like maybe 2 units turn 1, like 1 Spec Force, 1 card to turn code. You can play R2 as a pilot here. One thing that I like to do is play card to turn code and R2 in the ground, against some specific decks, to not take like part of the refinements, stuff like that. I like, to be honest, and he done plays with it. That is like the Qui-Gon Jinn's lightsaber, so it's a cost 2. It's like the same thing as a Yoda lightsaber for Sabine, because it's a cost 2 3-1. The ability is kind of whatever because you're not going to trigger, but it's a cost 2 3-1. I like that. Maybe you can just deploy, play Qui-Gon Jinn lightsaber, use the Spec Force to pass through that Sentinel, then you can attack for 6, which is a bunch. But I'm going to test this list for sure. We have here Kira Data Vault. We have here second place by Wu. This is interesting. We have this low bot that is a 0-4. But just imagine, if you play this turn 1, then turn 2 you can use the ability. Now he's a 2-2 Sentinel Shooter. He's literally like Village Protectors, right? You expend 3 resources, but it was like you need 1 more action. But he is a Village Protector. So you can play this turn 2, then give a shield, and you're going to expend 3 resources, 2-2 shielded Village Protectors. Villainy. Actually, not even villainy, it's just blue, right? But it's villainy because you have Kira. We have 3 Ogdo Bogdo here, which is interesting too. The ramp for sure. 3 Cad Banes with plot. You can just deploy Kira, splash the damage from Kira, then play Cad Bane from plot, which is good. Defeat something, and so you're not going to give your opponent like action to attack with that unit that just got defeated, right? 3 Overrun Barrage and 2 Craven Power, which is interesting. 2 Anakins without any hero card, which is interesting too. We have 2 Hyperspace Desires. This is what I'm saying, right? Like, this card is so good in this meta right now because we have a bunch of space decks. I just showed right now like Han Solo 4. So I can tell we saw Han Solo 1 green, Sabine Yellow, that is a deck that wants to play in space. So Hyperspace Desires looks amazing. And just 2 of these and 1 Super Laser Blast. Yeah, he traded Super Laser Blast for Hyperspace Desires. Because if you look to his deck, most of the units in the ground, the only card here is like Devastating Gunship, like from the early in mid game. So I'm pretty sure he's going to solve the ground. So if you have Hyperspace Desire to solve the space, you don't need a Super Laser Blast because you're going to solve the ground with your own units. I think this is maybe the line of thought that he used it to deck build here to change Super Laser Blast for Hyperspace Disaster, right? And here we have the first place of the pool 2, Yoda Tarkental. This is really interesting. I didn't saw the list yet. I just put it here and like talking here with you guys. So I saw a print from a group that people sent me from the stream. So I saw Yoda with 2 Sudden Ferocity, and he's showing this Gillen Ursa 2. Gillen Ursa is good because this have plot, and I think most of the people forgot that this have plot. So you can just deploy. And one thing that is bad for Yoda is Rival's Fall, because he's a 4/9 leader. You want to abuse your leader, like have a restore 2, so you want to make him to have him in the board for most time that you can. So Rival's Soul is bad, so you can just deploy, play Galen Answer from plot, send Rival's Soul so your opponent can't play Rival's Foe, and you're still going to have 3 restores, so you can just play 7 for us, and now you have a 7/9 restore 2. Like in 2 turns you can take for 14 restore 2 4, which is a bunch. We have here a Ray for sure, because you can use Yoda's ability to put her Ray in the top. You can draw with C-3PO, you can draw with Owen Lars. You can draw with Yoda when Yoda got defeated. We have Captain Rex, you have your Malone Hope, that is amazing to play Luke Skywalker earlier. Rebellious Hammerhead looks good, but I don't know, like, you're not going to draw too much. Like, C-3PO can give you some draw, Yoda won't die, but it's not like you do not have the force to play with Kid Mundi, but looks that it works. Like he was the first place in the pool too, so it might work. I might test this. We have this knowledge and defense, giving you -2/-2 for this phase, then draw a card. This can work a lot with Ray, because you can just put Ray in the top with Yoda's ability, use this, give you -2/-2, then you're going to draw Ray, reveal Ray, then you can do 2 damage to something, so maybe you can defeat something that have 4 HP, because you just give him -2. Then and the 2 damage of Ray, this might work, and 2 damage the base. I really want to test this list. This list looks so good. Different from the other Yoda, this plays with Fel the Dragon, not Vanquish. And 2 Torrent Warrior, he's not going to trigger the one play because we're not playing with the Force here. So this is it. And here we have the top 16. I'm not going to talk about every key here, about everything. I'm just going to focus here in the finalists. So we have here Anakin Data Vault that goes to the finals. He won a Han Solo 2 blue, then a mirror match of Anakin Data Vault, then won a Quinlan Turrican Town in the semifinal. Then in the final he faced Han Solo 1 green, who won the champion. So I'm going to show the list again. And Han Solo 1 green won here against Sabine Yellow, then Anakin Data Vault, then Yoda Turrican Town, then Anakin Data Vault again. Looks like a good deck to face Anakin Data Vault. Like, he won like twice here in this top. Amazing. Congratulations for the result, man. And here we have the finalists. I already showed the list. This one runs with Southern Ferocity. We saw 2 lists that runs with Southern Ferocity and 1 that don't. So I like Southern Ferocity. I didn't play with this list yet, but it looks like a good thing. We have Cobb Event. This I really want to play this, and I think I'm going to record a video of this list like today. And here we have the final, the champion. Sorry, congratulations for your result, man. His name is Philip Samuelson. So congratulations for your result, man. Here we have the list. Like I said before, I posted recently Han Solo 1 Data Vault. I think Han Solo 1 3rd HP base can be better, because you're going to do what you want to do more often, more consistently, because you have like 10 less cards in your deck. So if you want to go Falcon Chewie, like turn 1, turn 2, probably with the 3rd HP base is the right call. Maybe if you want to resupply turn 1, maybe 3rd HP base is the right call. The chance that you're going to, you didn't draw what you want, then you just mulligan and find this is higher with this base. Maybe the plus 3 HP will not be that great in some specific matches, because you can face your opponent. If you just play like, if you face an aggro deck and you play like Falcon turn 1, then Chewie turn 2, I'm pretty sure that it's over the game. Like, if you're facing Sabine, if you just do this, it's over for Sabine. You're going to attack for, you already attack for 3, then you're going to attack for 6, they're going to attack for 6 again, you already did 15 damage, you have only 10 HP left in the next turn you're going to deploy. So you can do a bunch of things, you still have your turn 3 play to do something. Looks weird, so this is it. What do you guys think about all of this meta? So we can say that we already now we have the meta. Like, this was the first major tournament like that we have like more than 100 players in pool 1 and pool 2. So this is insane. There's a bunch of players. So we can say that this is the meta right now. So what do you guys think about all of the lists? Hey, say here in the comments. See you in the next video.